In earlier decades, women's softball at Illinois State University was played on a small grass field south of McCormick Hall, marked only by a home plate, 3 bases, a backstop, and no outfield fence. Before Title IX expanded women's athletics opportunities in 1972, this modest field reflected the limited support available to women athletes at ISU. Today, women play basketball and volleyball in a more modern and updated Sefcu Arena, home of the Redbirds, and softball in an upgraded venue at Marion Kinnear Stadium, where the Redbirds play on Melinda Fischer Field. Melinda Fischer's career as a nationally renowned softball coach mirrors the broader trajectory of Title IX and the long pursuit of equity in women's sports. She experienced this transformation firsthand, first as a student athlete and later as a coach. Born and raised in Pekin, Illinois, to Della and Bill Fischer, Melinda developed a passion for sports at an early age. "My neighbors had a basketball hoop," she recalled. "I taught myself how to do a layup, practicing anytime I could because I wanted to be able to play like Chet the Jet Walker, who at the time was a standout basketball player at Bradley University." Her parents both worked, so during the summer months, Melinda spent a lot of time with her grandparents, Ethel and Leonard Doran, on 3rd Street in Pekin. "My grandpa bought me my first softball glove and spent many hours and days playing catch with me and teaching me the fundamentals of the sport in his backyard. Also, during the summer, each elementary school had a program of crafts, recreational games, and softball. I made the Jefferson School softball team as the youngest player, and that was my first experience playing any kind of competitive sports. Oh, I played second base because I couldn't throw the ball very far." In junior high, Melinda was a cheerleader for the boys' basketball team and swam competitively on the YWCA swim team. During summers, she played softball with the Pekin Park District Lassie League program. Entering high school in 1964, Melinda was hoping to compete in interscholastic sports like basketball and softball, but only badminton and tennis were IHSA-sanctioned sports for girls at the time. After graduating from Pekin Community High School in 1968, she took the advice of 2 of her high school teachers, Barb Waddell and Lori Ramsey. "If you want to go into teaching and you want to be competitive in your sports, then you have to go to Illinois State. There's no choice about it." At ISU, Melinda excelled as an athlete, competing in field hockey, basketball, and softball. She was a starter in each of the sports she played. One of the highlights of her collegiate career came in 1969 when ISU advanced to the first Women's College World Series in softball, which was held in Omaha, Nebraska. The team carpooled in station wagons across Iowa to reach the tournament, where ISU finished as national runner-up. A vivid basketball memory, Melinda was a subject in Jill Hutchison's thesis to prove that women could play the full-court basketball game the men were playing. The question was whether women were physically fit enough to play the full-court game, reflecting the era's cautious and often restrictive views of women's athletics. At the time, the women's basketball game was played with 2 defensive players, 2 offensive players, and 2 rovers. As a rover who could play the full court, Melinda had several electrodes attached to her, and during halftime, one came loose. She heard the buzzer starting the second half, and she was still being hooked up, and ironically, that's when her heart rate was the highest. Melinda was also a member of the basketball team that hosted the first AIAW National Basketball Tournament at Horton Fieldhouse in 1972. Melinda vividly remembers the years before Title IX and the inequality in women's athletics. "When we got to ISU, the gratitude was simply being able to put on a uniform, even though in many cases the uniforms were handmade, and competing as a member of something that represented ISU," she recalled. "She found a community. She found a family. The message as a player was, let's just take advantage of this opportunity." Whether it was field hockey, basketball, or softball, it was about young women who enjoyed being together and who loved to compete. In 1972, Melinda graduated from Illinois State University with a degree in physical education and a minor in psychology. She spent the next 2 years teaching at Hufford Junior High School in Joliet, Illinois, but her aspirations remained firmly rooted in collegiate athletics and coaching. After those 2 years, she returned to ISU in 1974, working under Coach Jill Hutchison while coaching the second teams in both women's basketball and softball. She also completed a master's degree in physical education. In 1976, her collegiate coaching dream came true as Melinda was named women's basketball coach at Eastern Illinois University, where softball was eventually added to her responsibilities. Her tenure at EIU included a major milestone in 1980 when the Panthers softball team won the Illinois Association of Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, or the IAIAW, championship. And while she directed the women's basketball program, she amassed a 45-28 coaching record. However, Illinois State continued to beckon. In 1980, Melinda returned to Normal to serve as co-head women's basketball coach with Hutchison and as an assistant softball coach with Margie Wright. In addition to Hutchison's influence, Melinda found mentorship in Linda Herman, former ISU volleyball coach and senior women's administrator, Joe Workman, student teaching supervisor, and Milt Weisbecker, former ISU men's athletic director and professor in physical education. Once Melinda returned to ISU, it did not take long for her to continue to elevate the Redbird softball program to national recognition. She is the all-time winningest coach in both ISU and Missouri Valley Conference history across all sports. Over a 39-year coaching career at Eastern Illinois University and ISU, she recorded 1,159 victories, 1,118 of them with the Redbirds. That ranks her as the 18th winningest coach in NCAA Division I softball history. Under her leadership, ISU won 10 Missouri Valley Conference titles, 5 MVC tournament crowns, and competed in numerous regional and national tournaments. As a recruiter, Melinda valued versatility and support. She looked for student athletes who played multiple sports and who came from families committed to being involved in their child's collegiate experience. For her, coaching extended beyond the field and the family circle to help prepare her athletes for the real world. To Melinda, effective coaching meant far more than making lineups, developing strategies, or organizing practices. It required mentorship, trust, and guidance. Student athletes regularly turned to her with questions about social, personal, and team challenges. Players came in with a lot of questions and sometimes just to chat. Questions, some social issues, some personal issues, some team issues. And as a coach, you just did the best you could to listen and sort it all out to help in any way possible, she said. Most of the time, I found that players already had the answers they were searching for, but needed guidance and direction on how to get to those answers. You know, my grandma always told me, whatever you want to do, if you put your mind to it, you can do it, she said. Throughout her career, Melinda has been fortunate to receive many awards, and she will be the first to tell you that these are shared awards, representative of the extraordinary people who have supported her every step of the way.
You know, my advice to future history makers is find something that you're passionate about, something that you love. Sure, there are going to be some challenges, there are going to be some obstacles, but stick with it. If you love it enough, you know that it is what you want to do, but stick to it, go after it, and get it done.
Congratulations to 2026 history maker Melinda Fischer.